of Mostly Harmful, our Starfinder live play or actual play, whatever you want to call it, campaign. My name is Dustin. I also go by the Arbitrary Nerd, and I will let my wonderful cast introduce themselves because I've already forgotten their names.
It's true. I always have to remind them that my name is Patrick, and I am playing the Lashunta envoy named Reich Oren. He's a captain. It's pretty cool.
Debatable, but
I said he's
Ah.
pretty cool.
I don't think
Next
so.
up. Next up.
my name's Michael. I'm playing Zero, the android operative, ship's pilot, and currently helping Brawl. Miss.
Yeah.
All right. I'm Chris. I play Milla Datwood Abigail. And I am the ship's mechanic / engineer.
I am Nick, and I play Brawl. Or I try to play him, but I still get screwed over by the rolls, even in Season 2. He's a Yusoki soldier, but it's not too much of a soldier if he doesn't do anything in combat. Also, maybe I'll see my family again.
Hopefully.
Why are you laughing at that? That's mean.
Yeah, right? And my name is Justin. I play Seeker, the android technomancer and artist.
That's it? That's all you
Yep,
got?
that's all I got this time. Nothing funny from me.
All right. Apparently, we are all very tired tonight. So good luck
Oh.
with viewers.
Yeah,
About
been
that.
working
So,
out
hey, wait a second.
Sun.
Why no priests lately?
Yeah, I was gonna ask. Is that like an actual thing you're doing on purpose?
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
what I thought.
I figured
but
as much. I mentioned it last time, and he's
No,
like,
but-
I know.
I did
Yeah.
too. And he
I
didn't
think as a
explain it.
GM, I know what he's going for there, but I'm gonna let him figure that issue out in character because I don't want to spoil it.
Because that's not technically in character either, so
That's fine. That's
it's
fine.
not like
It
it can be like, hey Miller, why aren't you calling yourself priest anymore?
Well,
and
wait
then
till the next
spelling
one
it
introduces
Price.
somebody, all right?
Unadopted.
You know that time every time we talk to each other for the first time, we always like introduce ourselves. Remember that?
Miller, sit down. I need to tell you something. Your mother and I have talked, and you are not adopted. Out the door
Steve,
go.
Steve has
So-
it right. Everything I have planned 6 months.
We're
All
taking
according to
back
Kaikaku.
what you
Moving
took.
on for the love. Everything
That's
we said
wrong.
now is getting cut in the audio.
Since you're
So
not-
It is not. I'm not
We're
cutting
gonna
it.
cut this. We're gonna cut this.
Not cutting it.
Can't cut this. Boo-doo-doo-doo.
for announcements, I'm gonna throw it over to Nick to talk about Stream Boss.
All right. So our stream boss is our, our system to get you guys to give us money. And Dustin immediately face palms. but it also triggers an encounter that we must face. It was triggered last episode by Ashley, aka Pork from Star Cold Studios. And that is why we are now encountering Krellis in the campaign. Stream Boss has been reset to a value of 5,500, and it's already taken almost 1,000 points of damage. So maybe we'll have our next
Wow.
encounter soon.
Angel
How do they
already
name
hitting
this
it.
Stream Boss, Nicholas?
So you can do that by giving us bits or subscribing, direct donations, and just all around support, I guess.
When people dethrone Ashley, beat Ashley from the Stream Boss spot, the next encounter, which we will have, I'll put that somewhere in the. Actually, I think I already did in the panels. It'll trigger the first encounter, or maybe not at that point, an encounter with BSU Max. So potentially, depending on how fast it gets triggered, could be our first mech combat. If it gets triggered at the wrong time, it could be when the characters don't have mechs around them. So
I
that'll be
mean,
fun.
if we trigger it right now, it would definitely be the wrong time because we still got to flesh out those rules.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Hey, I know you guys are fighting Krellis, but how about some mechs in there?
Too bad Patreon doesn't contribute to that. That'd be pretty sweet.
I don't know. We could look.
Speaking
into that. I'm
of,
not
we
worried
do have a Patreon if you have not noticed.
It would not do anything, I think.
I will give our, if you want to check out like where to find us, see our past episodes, all that fun stuff, check the panels below the stream. For now, I want to jump into the game with our recap, unless someone wants to interrupt me with an announcement.
Oh, one announcement. It has come to my attention that recently an adorable little rat folk has been unadopted and needs a foster family. Goes by the name of Miller, It's really handy around the house. Last name's Abigail right now, but you can change that. So I just wanted to make sure that that was announced. He does come with a little naked goblin. We've
Bonus.
tried to have them detached, but it won't happen. But he has been loused or deloused and then loused again. We're working on delousing him a second time. So if you have space in your house for another rat folk, reach out to Dustin.
Another rat folk?
Everyone's got to have
I-
one.
Yeah, I
right?
just
Yeah,
assume
I mean-
everybody's got a rat folk.
Yeah, everyone has a rat folk.
Sometimes they live in the
But how-
rafters and you don't even know it.
But how are they made?
Everywhere.
Nope.
Well, you see, when a
Nope.
male rat.
Nope.
and a-
Moving on. Thank you. Very nice. Kindly. Awesome. For
For
a
next
recap,
time.
for last episode, the party met the crew of the Alphas, the pirate gang they've been hanging out with the last couple episodes. All of the crew of their mothership, or I guess the main members of the crew. They connected with them a little bit, got to know some of their stories, or make them dislike them. In the case of Brawl, of course. And then, while they were about to set off for, or I guess finalize plans to set off for Verses, the home of Brawl and his somewhat questionable status kin, Schrodinger's kin. Is that what we're going with? That's fine.
Oh no, that's never good.
They were boarded by an elite crack team from the Border Space Union, who apparently do not know how to throw grenades. And also, they found out that apparently Krellis is somewhere aboard the ship.
I'm pretty sure he actually told us where he is.
Yeah, it was in the command. The helm. Unless they've left, but you never know. There's only been 2 rounds since then. Does anyone want to cover anything else in the recap, or get right into it?
Let's get right into it.
Small thing I did forget. Who went last?
I'm pretty sure we were at the top of the order.
Top of the order.
Yeah, at the top of
Fantastic.
the
That's
order.
what I'm gonna call it. 'Cause that's-
Also,
Pat, stop
it looks
being
like
drunk.
Rye is a little
Pat.
blurry.
Pat,
What?
Rye, are you drunk?
Pat?
He's on autofocus.
yeah, take autofocus off, friend.
I'm drowning.
That's what happens when you go like this in your webcam.
Just take
Yeah.
autofocus off. You don't need it. It's bad.
That's
for you.
also what happens when you call him friend Dusty.
Is that a
that what
Zoom
happened?
thing or my webcam?
So
thing?
It's your
Webcam
webcam.
thing.
Webcam.
Pat, don't you work IT?
Yeah.
It's off and on again. Awful.
Much to his dismay.
Yes, he's not sob now. Alrighty then, folks.
Hoo, 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 hoo.
We're moving to the top of the order, which is our lovely Android 0.
Hey, you got it right. Applaud to Dustin.
It's written in front of me. I can't screw it up. Hey.
Dustin wrote something down for once.
Applaud for Dustin.
Wrote a lot of things
Hey,
down.
that's my job.
All right. So I'm going to continue doing what I was doing last time, which was attempting to stab this soldier in the back, probably not the front because he turned towards me, in an attempt to help Brawl hit something.
To clarify and set the scene a little bit better, one of the soldiers, the commandos, has actually sectioned them off and is taking on Zero and Brawl off in the engineering workshop. The workshop, which used to be scattered with bits and pieces, has been cleared out as it is still open to the vacuum of space.
And Dusty, can you just go over initiative order just so we have time to prepare?
Thank you. That's a good idea. It's going to be Zero, Soldier 1, which is the one fighting Zero and Brawl. Soldier 2, which is fighting Rye, Seeker, and Miller. Next up is, I'm not telling you, but it's, yeah. And then it's Seeker. I'm sorry, Seeker switched with Miller. So it's actually Miller then Seeker, sorry. Followed by Rye, followed by Brawl, followed by the crew of the Alpha's mothership.
Cool. Thank you.
So up next will be for players, Miller after Zero, but soldiers will go first. So Zero, please continue pummeling the soldier that you are flanking now with Brawl.
All right. So I am still currently cloaked with not really invisible. It's more like what is it like? Shimmer or
Budget Predator Shimmer.
yes, perfect. And I'm going to attempt to stab him. Is a 28 good enough to trick attack him?
20
20 plus CR.
Then yeah, actually, let me check. I think so. Yes, I don't think I completely screwed you guys with CR. Yes, you did it,
All right. So he is now flat-footed till my next turn.
Brawl.
And
Oh, don't worry, I'm
That's
gonna
fine.
try.
Oh, that's right. He was
Dang.
And I
gonna
nat
kill him
20'd
first.
So
Yeah.
now I have to remember what my knife does with the crit.
Does your knife do anything?
It might not.
It stabs people.
It's doing it pretty well. I'll tell you.
Is that the knife that we got from what's his
No,
face?
it's
Half
Pat
orc?
took that.
Oh,
So I don't think mine might not do anything bonus for crits. So what would it?
Crit, you just double the damage, I believe.
All right. So and so 6 damage because I imagine I don't add. So 6 plus 14, so 20 damage.
What were you adding to the damage for that? Oh no, Dex is to hit, not to damage, right? We've talked about this before. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry. What was the total damage again?
20.
20.
Yep.
Okay, that's easy.
and what do you have for a weapon?
A knife. The tactical knife.
Tactical
Knife.
knife. Yeah, there's nothing special with critical.
You roll your damage twice, not you.
Nope. You roll it once and double it.
Starfinder tried to make everything faster, so one less roll is faster. The soldier in the heavy power armor, with full suit down, turns, has attempted to swing at you, but you've managed to dodge it. And then out of your shimmer, your blade darts out, digs into one of the gaps in the armor, and just gashes blood, which quickly gets sucked out into the vacuum of space. And the suit seals up behind your knife with its protective measures. You technically have a move action.
Real quick.
So I'm gonna stay there to
Okay.
help.
What's
Brawl.
up? What's up, Rye?
According to what I'm reading, when you make an attack roll and you get a natural 20, you hit regardless of the target's AC. If the result of your attack roll meets or exceeds the target's EAC,
So you
or
get a
Ks,
critical effect.
you roll your damage twice each time with all of your usual bonuses and including any additional damage from special abilities, and then add your rolls together. Some weapons inflict
Oh.
a special
Okay.
effect on a target of a critical hit.
That's weird because I think at a certain point it actually just says you don't roll it twice.
Patrick has become our new rules lawyer because he decided to
In
make
that
the rules.
case, it's 24.
That sounded weird to me.
Please take it.
Nope, Pat. Every time I have a weird question now, I'm asking you. So be prepared. Manual open at all times.
All right.
Zero. Please recheck that damage.
So it's 24 total now.
24 total. Thanks, Patrick.
No, actually, it says right here multiplying damage. Sometimes you multiply your damage by some factor, such as on a critical hit. In this case, you do not literally multiply your damage roll by you roll the damage. Okay, you're good. You're good.
Thank you.
I accept your apology.
So, what is the official ruling on crits? What happens?
I will cover it.
You
I
roll
got it,
twice.
guys. I got it. You roll. If you hit the nat 20 or whatever your critical threshold is on your weapon, sometimes it's more than a 20. You will, if the total result of that number is higher than the target's AC, you trigger whatever weapon's critical effect it has. If it doesn't have a critical effect, such in the case of Michael, we skip that step. And then you just do damage rolls twice, adding all modifiers.
Okay.
Right. So I technically owe the other dude another hit, but that's fine. We'll fix it on the next roll.
That's fine.
When I roll another
so you
20.
did stab in Chunk. It's now the soldier's turn. And yeah,
He
he's
does
still
not like me.
What's up?
I imagine he does not like me.
No, not a fan. He's still got that extended rod that's attached to his armor. He's just going to try and swing it at you again, hopefully getting a little bit better of a connection than last time. Let's see how this die does. And for his melee, it's actually pretty hefty to hit. So that is actually going to be a 30 to hit.
Yeah, that works.
And I believe that's your KAC because it's a
Ow.
tactical cryopike. All right. And the damage is actually rather significant as well. I am much happier tonight. This is going to be great.
Man, I gotta save 0. Brawl doesn't save anybody. Not even his family.
That's 15 points of cold damage as you feel, even through the vacuum of space where it impacts your armor, begins to chill and frost. He's also not going to take a move action. And that'll bring it to the second soldier, who is hanging out in this room in a not very happy fashion. Right now, this soldier in the room with Rye and against a wall with Miller, they're kind of got their back against the same wall on different sides, and they've been basically slap fighting over the wall.
Do you want me to roll my damage again for?
Nope, missed opportunity. But thank you. For next time, we will know.
Okay.
You guys are gonna kill him anyways. It's short.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if he should just kill himself.
Fritz Miller.
Just save me some time in the freaking initiative order. Have him kill himself. Where is his?
You could have just had Rye
That's
kill
it.
him.
I'm done. Blah.
Did I really just accidentally close that?
Is this just so I know, is this technically our third turn?
No, it's
Second.
like your fourth. Actually, this is your fifth turn.
Third. Oh, this is only my second because I was very far away.
I meant since we actually found enemies.
That's on you. I don't remember that far of it. That specifically.
Well, because I'm trying to remember how many turns I have left of the invis or the cloaking.
Probably 3 turns. You check
Yeah, I think
hallway.
about 3 turns.
I'd say 3 turns.
Okay. I
Let's
got 7 turns left.
Does this thing have reach? Nope. And could you remind me what you did to the soldier, Rye?
I shot him.
Okay.
The critical effect didn't go off
you were
because
like,
there wasn't.
Oh, the arc gun, right into his,
Yeah,
right into
but
his back.
you let me hit him for max damage, so I suppose that's almost what would have happened.
He's going to disengage from Miller, who's kind of got him like cornered into that wall. Take a step further away because he does know that you guys have someone doing weird grenade BS down the hallway from there. So he steps further like along the room that he's in, which is the med bay, away from Miller. And he readies his rifle, which is a large like rifle that seems to have more of a sound emitter as opposed to like a projectile emitter, and it has little lightning bolt symbols all over it. And for its attack roll, it rolled a measly 8 plus 11. That's going to be a 19 to your.
Yeah.
I'm assuming EAC because it's not a physical. So a 19 to EAC.
Yes.
Okay. And
It
damage.
doesn't matter what it's against.
Okay. That's going to be even worse. That's actually a better weapon. Oh, I rolled crappy though. It's 3 plus 5.
Kill him.
It's just 8 points of damage. Oh, it is sound damage. 8 points of sound damage, and it does not hit its critical.
Does
So you
sound
take
damage work at this point? Oh, I guess we still technically have atmosphere.
Yeah, also I think that it would project its own waves of some sort. There's no rules governing them not working in the vacuum of space, so I'm not going to get that technical about it. So yeah, he kind of like emits his little like Geonosian Star Wars rifle at you, blasts like a semi kind of visible wave of sound, and greets you for a bit, which I'm assuming just hits your stamina at this point.
Yep.
And that makes it person whose turn we haven't really gone over to it. Actually, there is somebody who goes before you. Krellis over the comms, which whenever Krellis isn't speaking, turn into static. But when Krellis begins to speak, they go a little bit clearer. And Krellis says, "This time, I just need one of you. Come on down. Whichever Yosoki blasted that Vesk in the Dead Dome." And the microphone cuts out to static, and it is Miller's turn.
Hey, buddy.
All right.
You hear down the hall. It wasn't me.
Well, my main priority is still the guy floating around in the vacuum here. So Miller's gonna take a step down into the doorway and then take another charge shotgun, turn up the power, and fire. Regular ranged, 16 versus KAC.
Almost definitely a miss due to their heavy armor, but let me double check on that KAC. Yeah.
Isn't it EAC?
Or I'm sorry, EAC.
What was the total?
16.
You just missed with the energy. Sorry about that. It like hits the armor, deflects off into the quickly diminishing atmosphere, and that brings it to Seeker's turn.
All right. I'll be right back as Seeker just books it down the hallway.
I'm assuming towards the helm.
Yes. How? Okay, I can't run though because I got mag boots going. Is that
Yeah,
it?
you can do your double speed, but you
All
can't physically run. Also, you wouldn't be able to beat some of the quarters, and you have to move corners and everything. But yeah.
All right, you can go.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So you just move your full speed towards the helm. How close do you get?
How come I don't see you moving?
I don't see him
Pat,
either.
There we
I
go.
mean,
was
right?
counting.
You drunk again?
I was counting without actually counting in.
I appreciate
Yes.
that, but I wanted to know now. As you get through, the door has been closed. I know I didn't change the map because I didn't want to screw with Fog of War because it's kind of on or off with Roll20.
Rise into fog of war right now.
Yes, he is. He's getting blurry.
I don't know why. Oh, hey.
Look at your camera's autofocus like settings and
There
shut them
is
off.
none.
Yes,
What?
there is.
It's in Zoom.
It's in.
Oh.
How is it in Zoom?
No, it's
How
not.
about let's stop
Uh.
mentioning Pat being blurry because that's stuff that we have to cut later.
Yeah, but I'd like our video to not look like crap on YouTube.
Don't
so if
worry
we
That
about
could
it.
too.
fix
Found it. Found the autofocus. Totally wasn't there where they said it was.
it.
Now I can do it manually.
Stop it. Damn. So Seeker, you get to the door. Do you try to open the door?
Yes.
Okay. As you palm open the Patrick, I will boot you from this channel. Stop it. I'm gonna
You
drop
might be
some
okay with
rocks,
that.
Kill everything. All right. So we have in this one, we have a couple of things that are slightly different from the last time you were in here. So I got to change them around a bit. Also, I need to actually bring Krellis's token into the fray.
I hate Krellis.
I hear not stop creeping in again. That's terrifying, Nicholas. Stop.
Oh God, is Ace dead?
Not quite.
Oh.
Or rather, make a perception check as you try to get an idea of what's going on in the room.
Okay. That one, my eyes jam.
Oh,
All right. So what you see when you look in, I'm going to go from left to right in this slightly compact helm. By the communications array where Ace was previously and the additional pilot station, Ace is laying on the floor bleeding. Not sure what the wound is or if she's still breathing. Krellis is standing off to the left with Krellis's kind of signature large hand cannon pistol thing, not actually attached to their hand, people. Aimed at the commander, Larissa's head. And Dustinian is looking disheveled off on the far right in the room. And he is working another station, ancillary systems. And it looks like he may be the one that has been controlling the comms at probably Krellis's behest. He does not look very good. He looks outside. His hair is mussed, and you know that wouldn't fly. Laris looks otherwise unperturbed and is sitting in his commander's chair. Say anything when you get there, or do you want to keep moving?
We'll keep it there for now.
Okay, you think about stuff, and we're gonna go to Raish Oren of Raish Oren LLC.
I just look at the hole in my shirt where he shot me, or where it burned, or no, it was a sound thing, right?
I might have torn you a little bit.
That was a very expensive shirt that I stole, and I point the gun and I shoot.
Roll your die, Chris.
That's me. What do you mean, Chris?
The voice.
Oh, your weapon is the one that Miller made for you. The
1d6.
Yeah.
Uh,
Wait. Oh, right. As it shoots 4.
Echoing around this room, you hear in Rye's voice, "I'm so handsome."
I love you, gun. So what mods did we have any static modifiers going?
Not to this homeboy. Nope.
Okay. So hold on. I rolled an 18.
That's a hit.
Thank you. And it is 1d6 plus. I'll learn my sheet eventually.
No, you won't.
Yes, I will.
No, because then it's gonna change.
2. 7.
7 points of damage as electricity arcs from your weapon. It fries more parts of his armor, which starts to, like, the lights that have been glowing on it begin to blacken and dull. Still kicking, but now, again, a lot of smoke is getting drained directly from his armor out into the gaping hole in the atmosphere. You haven't moved yet, Rye. Are you going to?
Can I avoid? Yeah, I will. So there's no other escape except that room, right?
You could go out the hole in the side of the ship that is out into open space.
Oh yeah, I'll just jump out into open space. It's safer out there.
Could be.
Won't be.
Sure. Any other step you take is closer to Krellis. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, that's true. I'm still not doing it though. 5, 10, 15, 20, 30. Whoop. As I run past Miller, I tap him on the shoulder. Loosen him up for you.
What is wrong with you? Think about it first before you say it. Like a millisecond would have prevented that. Right. As Rye runs by, offends everyone in the room, it goes to Brawl's turn.
All right.
Brawl, your enemy is flat-footed because they are stunned by Zero's fancy gun work. Back turned to you.
It was a knife.
Kidney panel enticingly calling your name.
Yes, Brawl is going to make another marvelous attempt at striking this man's kidneys while his back is turned, and it's not going to hit again.
Did you add 4?
He's not going to hit again. Brawl just walks off into space, never to be seen again.
You can't use resolve points to reroll, right?
Hey, at least it was a 3 this time. Making progress.
You are making progress.
Oh my god.
Oh, so sad.
Oh.
Miller, Lego had high hopes for that being all nat 20. Oh, it's not Krellis. You are gonna have to up your game against Krellis. Okay.
Yeah, never again will I make a character that is made to do well in combat. I'll stick to social situation characters next time.
Okay.
Yep.
1 point. You have a move action. There is also an enemy that last time we ended ran up the hallway and pointed to you. Same style armor, but thinner cut, not powered at all. So definitely not the same style of enemy, and they've just pointed their finger at you. I assumed you'd still attack the guy that was a perfect target, but you do have a move action if you would like to use it.
Yep. I'm going to head out the door just to my my left and try to cut the guy off at the intersection in the hallway.
All right. So are you taking the full step, or are you disengaging from your enemy that you're currently engaged with?
Disengaging.
Okay, so disengaging means you can only move 5 feet. So just move yourself 1 step back. You're not quite at the intersection of the hallway, but you are closer at least. If they go in that hallway, you would at least get an attack opportunity now, which is good.
And maybe I'll hit that. But let's be honest, I won't.
I'm just giving you the chance. I like to see you roll dice because it makes me happy.
I found some artwork of Brawl. I'm gonna send you guys in the chat.
Why don't you put it in Twitch chat?
Yeah, is it appropriate? If it's appropriate, put it in Twitch chat.
Oh, yeah.
All right, and next up is the crew of the mothership. Do you guys see anyone? No movement there that you guys would notice. And then up in...
It's pretty accurate.
That's the handle of your Doshko, because I pulled off the top of it, and you're not aware, because you're blind. Because you can't hit anything.
I'm the Mr. Magoo of Rat Folk.
Oh, that's actually pretty good. Poor
Mr. McGat folk.
Nope. For the crew in the cabin, Seeker, Dustinian looks over at you again, hair mussed, looking a little peeved, and he gives a small shrug. With your eyes jamming, you're not sure if it's a shrug of apology, forgiveness, or some other intent. You're just not quite sure, but he does give you a perceptible shrug. And that's going to move us back to the top of the order, and that is 0.
All right. So I'm going to move so that I'm in flanking position with Brawl against the same enemy.
Sure. Yep. You just take a disengaging step, like 5 feet. Yeah, you got it.
I don't even got to do that.
Oh, your character doesn't care? Right. That's right. I'm sorry.
At least as long as I'm trick attacking that person.
And you sure are.
Doesn't
Now,
look
is he
like
no
it.
longer flat-footed now?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Unless my trick attack succeeded, which I don't think a 21 does.
Does not.
And then,
He's on to your fancy gunplay now.
again, it's still a knife. And it was a 16, so I think this one misses.
Yeah, you try to go for that same tear you got him before, but this time he shifts his gut just enough that it deflects and scrapes off of one of his armor plates. It does not connect. It does give a couple of sparks off, but not
So it'd actually be 18 if that matters. I didn't add the +2 for flanking.
+2 for flanking. 18. I think it is actually a 19. Let me take a look. KAC on this guy, it is exactly 19. You guys are just undercutting the EAC and the KAC.
All right.
So you moved and you've attacked, which brings me to his turn. He's not going to worry about Brawl, mostly because he doesn't remember that Brawl's there. He has no reason.
Yeah, yeah, that's fair.
I'm so tempted to have him do something really crappy, though. You know what? Yeah, knowing that the melee hasn't been doing enough against you because he's got a better gun. He's going to disengage from you, take a 5-foot step back, still staying next to Brawl. Ignore him.
Uh-oh.
Raise his sonic blaster and fire it at Seeker. Sorry, at Zero. I did it. I screwed it up. I'm sorry.
Don't I get an attack against him since he's firing in? Yeah.
Yes, you sure do. And I want to point out.
Oh, you're throwing me a bone.
He had plenty of spaces to move where that wasn't an issue. He is actively ignoring.
Come on.
So make your.
A 23.
That hits.
Yes.
Now kill him.
Hooray!
Yes!
Kill him and do something good.
Brawl hit something.
All ones.
You're like he stepped on your.
I did roll a 1 on a d10, but I still did +13 damage for
crap.
14.
That's no joke. Yeah. All right.
Like you tried to him, but you landed on his knee.
Oh, that's awful. Okay, so you did 14 points of damage. That makes that much. Oh, he's hurting a lot. Like,
13?
so what happens is he kind of steps backwards and he kind of steps on your tail a little bit as he's like stepping backwards, and you turn in a reaction. You've got your power armored fist. You impact directly into the side, about where his kidney would be, I guess. And the armor plate dents inwards, and he finally looks down and notices that he does have another threat beside him as his rifle goes off at 0. Ooh, which is kind of low, knowing 0's nonsense, but that is a 6 on the die plus his range bonus of 11, giving us a 17 EAC.
Nay.
Yeah, I guess the punch that kind of skidded his feet a little bit, even with the mag boots on, caused the blast to go awry and scatter parts of the table, leaving you unscathed and bringing us to our next soldier friend, whose power armor and suit is quickly failing. He is actually going to run away. He runs as fast as he can, which isn't very fast. He kind of clomps to the side of the room, which is only 20 feet. And he jumps out of the hole in the wall that kind of opens into space, letting the little bit of atmosphere kind of suck him out as his mag boots release. And you see some directional boosters, not a jetpack, but little like air things kind of boost him up and out of view. So he has exited the ship, or sorry, they have exited the ship. That does not necessarily mean they're out of combat. One of you guys could be crazy enough to pursue, but I'm going to give them a color, just saying that they are out in the deepest space. I don't know if that works. It kind of worked. He's darker. That's fine. I'm going to go with it. And that brings us back to Krellis' turn, which we're going to go back to hanging out with Seeker. Seeker, for this conversation you're about to have, do you turn your crew comms off?
Yes.
Okay, can I have everyone take their headsets off? Chris already saw that one coming. Headsets off, please. And as you kind of approach the room first, do you say anything as you see Krellis in there?
Yeah, still working with the BSU now? Or are they the Gerson sphere now?
Actually, not that I'm one to normally share my contracts. This one's straight from the Viscarium. Just happened to tag along with those Gerson sphere commandos because I knew they'd be a little bit more obnoxious for you.
They are.
I don't need you this time. I just need your Yosoki compatriot, and not the thick one.
And why would you need him?
Well, as you may know in my line of work, you get paid to bring someone in and or terminate them from time to time, and I've been paid rather handsomely from a certain Vesk matriarch to bring in your friend Miller.
Ah.
You see, once they finally released footage from the pistol incidents at that point, I did happen to notice that her late son had been in the same area. So I did some digging when I had encountered you guys the very first time in, I believe it was the Dead Dome of Pistol. And I actually managed to get some feed, some residue, maybe called in a couple of favors for it, but I have got evidence that it was your friend Miller.
That sounds about right. Yep.
You were waiting for me to ask you something, but I'm not going to.
Okay, I'm going this way then.
Wonderful. One question for you though, and I'm not, just a question. Are you still searching for your quarry with this lot?
Yes.
I'm not a part of that, but I have heard some motion. It sounds like you might be on the right track at the worst.
Really?
Your next stop, you might want to make a trip over to Eox.
Well, I don't know why you decided to give me that information for free, but thank you.
I wouldn't thank me yet. If you'd like to avoid, shakes the weapon. If you'd like to avoid this, I would just duck out of sight.
I can't promise that I won't try to help my friends, but
And I can't promise I won't kill you, but it has been nice chatting.
indeed, I'll be back with the one you're looking for.
Okay. Let's get everyone back on, and that's the Twitch chat. No, that's not the Twitch chat. That's the other chat.
Come back, please. Except Pat.
Did you not see my last part of the message, Patrick?
No, he missed it because he's muted.
Okay. All right. It's fine. I was just joking. Patrick, you're muted.
Still muted, buddy.
About
So I write.
The joke is too far.
Come back, please. Except Pat. No, yeah.
Not bad.
It was a joke. I'm happy with it. Ask a Pathfinder. Don't give him any credit. He deserves it. Thank you, Steve.
Yeah, Patrick.
All right. For what everyone else hears is not much. No resounding gunfire that you may have some PTSD from your early days. No shouting, no yelling. And it comes to Miller's turn.
All right. Well, I mean, my priority was to save Doc Fangs anyway, or save air quotes. So he's gonna Miller's gonna go into the room.
One point of clarification. I put Doc Fang there. Doc Fang has been exited out into the vacuum of space. Yeah, unconscious, floating away, or dead, floating away. You're not quite sure. Although I think I gave you that they're unconscious. I don't remember. That they're just there to know if you guys wanted to try and save them, you would have to exit the ship.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's why I've been fighting this a-hole the whole time. All right. Well, then I'll at least go to the hole and kind of poke my head out and see if I can see him kind of floating around doing his thing.
Yeah, the expulsion of the ship has just caused them to kind of float listlessly further away. I don't think they'd be floating very fast. They didn't make a smooth exit from the ship. It was kind of hit the side of the wall and kind of bounced around. So they're not probably going too fast. And again, it's only been
like 30 seconds.
That happened probably 4 rounds. So
24 seconds.
Yeah, 24 seconds. So you could probably get them back with either a short jump in and out, or I don't know what you have in terms of like rappel or grappling rope or magnetic anchors.
I have titanium rope.
Yeah, you'd have to find a way to wrap that around him or magnetize it, I guess.
All right, how far away is he?
I don't know. So he's moved 24 seconds. Say he's probably moving. He's probably a good 50 feet away, if not 60 feet. He's not super close.
Sure. Yeah. No, I'm jumping out.
Jumping out?
Oh yeah. Heading right towards him.
Okay. Give me a perception check, please.
All right. Wow, 14.
It's enough. You kind of like do like a small spin as you jump out to see, the soldier had kind of left and gone above you. It seems that there is a craft parked on top of the ship, and the deck you were on, the floor you were on was a little bit closer to the top, so it's not too far away. They're not doing anything shady. They're not trying to cover their tracks. They are just gunning it for their ship and attempting to get on. The ship is a very small craft. They came in 3 that you've seen, or actually you've only seen 1. That craft wouldn't fit more than 4 people at the best of times, and with their power armor, that would be a pretty tight fit. So it's a very small vessel, not made for combat.
Gotcha.
It's more for like stealth insertions, which they stealth inserted. Your movement rate, you are able to, I'll say that you kind of like jettisoned your mag boots as soon as you could and let that propel you out. You're going to be able to get to the doctor probably next round. I'll gimmick it and I'll say next round just to make it easier. But you are right now free floating. You will need to figure out a way to get back.
I have no problem.
Okay, I'm assuming it's going to be a fire extinguisher.
It's going to be a fire extinguisher.
Because I'm free floating.
Yeah, Sprawl has some experience with that. Moving back, it is Seeker's turn.
All right. I turn my comms on, and I kind of turn to walk out. So I shut the door, or actually, I'm in the doorway now. I could just shut the door.
You could shut the
That's
door.
what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
So before moving, just okay. So I've talked to Krellis, and he's looking for Miller because Miller shot some bigwig son or something. That Vesk you killed? Yeah. Apparently, somebody really liked him, or he was a pretty big deal.
Oh, thank God it's not me. I mean, hey, buddy. I'm sure you'll be fine. You got money?
Was that?
No.
Is
I'm a little busy at the moment.
I'm not sure he's going to let you just go either.
Oh, I'm already gone.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Where'd you go?
I'm not on the ship.
No? Well, I'll you know what? I'll tell Krellis that.
No.
Okay, I'm gonna open up. Unless anybody actually tries to stop me.
We
Please
can't.
don't.
We're not close enough to you. This is all you, buddy.
I mean, if you're not on the ship, then he's got to leave the ship to get you, right?
I'm trying. Tell him I'll be there in like a minute or two.
Well, that might be a good idea to get him to not maybe kill the rest of the people in the
I'm
cabin.
trying.
Ace was looking kind of hurt. So, and Dustinia's hair was ruffled. It looked a mess. Poor guy.
Yes.
I open up the door. Just so about Miller, he'll be here in a bit.
Krellis, looking a little, well, under the heavy, really designed armor, you can't really maybe make too much out. I guess just gives you stone face, doesn't really respond, but you see like an almost imperceptible tapping of the foot.
He's a bit tied up considering all of the other people you brought with you.
He's tied up? Not my concern right now.
No. I'm and audibly saying, no, not Krellis. Krellis isn't tied up. No, you're tied up. Or outside or something. I can't remember what you said.
Audibly over the comms, because Seeker's leaving them open, Krellis says in the heavily modified voice of the armor, "I'll wait." Seeker, are you doing anything else?
You wouldn't be able to call off the rest of these ruffians, would you?
I didn't actually come with them so much as directed them towards you and followed.
And also, are you all okay, by the way? Looking at everybody else in the room.
Laris looks up at Krellis. Krellis gives another really imperceptible motion, looks to be a rise of the shoulders. And Laris says, Ace looks to be out, but we're doing just fine. I'd love to have a chat with you about your friends.
All right, well, I'm gonna go help them. And Seeker walks
Not
away.
the door
Huh?
closes.
Not the what?
Not the fre, and then the door closes, I assume.
Yes.
All right.
So I'm just going to do a double move down towards Brawl and
Oh, this is gonna be perfect.
All right, so you get back down towards the. Oh, I missed that character. I never added them to the. I never added them to the initiative. I'll put them before Brawl because that's who they're targeting, and that will be new enemy that I just let sit there for a
Oh
whole
no,
round.
missed opportunity. You'll get it next
I'm just
time.
gonna move
As the
like
GM, I will drop a sprock on you and take as many turns as I want, Patrick. When you want to GM a game, I will love to play in it and be abused.
I have GM'd a game. Layla loved it. You're not invited.
We actually did love it, all things considered.
All things considered.
That's true.
All right, so moving on. That was Miller, that was Seeker, and now we go to Rye.
Rye did not see Miller come back.
Because Miller hasn't come back, so yes.
Well, right. No, I'm saying he didn't see Miller leave that room.
Correct.
So he's running to Miller, where Miller was.
Okay.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, why am I counting in numbers that are
Maybe
not?
just don't do it out loud. Do it in your head.
I mean,
In your head.
if you're going there because you assume he's not, or you assume he's there, you did just hear him say, "I'm not on the ship."
Yeah.
I meant Seeker. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. So you're running up the ship towards Seeker. Okay, perfectly fine. So basically,
Okay.
you pass in the adjacent hallways as one of you runs down towards the aft of the ship, and now Rye is heading 4.
Yeah, I just I'm running down the hallway frantically with a double movement, going, "Stupid son of a can't running on his own towards a scary man." You know,
And the run is a lot more like clamp, clamp, clamp,
Yeah.
clamp. Yeah, it's your coat's still getting sucked away, so it looks glorious behind you in the slightly draining atmosphere, which is starting to kind of dissipate entirely. And all right, that would be Brawl, but we're gonna actually have the new enemy that I skipped an entire round of already jump in here, and that was this one. All right, finishing their aggressive point at Brawl, they cast Magic Missile.
Oh no! My one
And-
true weakness.
Justin, remind me, how does Magic Missile work?
It's 1d4 plus 1. And if you're doing a full round action to cast it, you get 3 missiles.
It's just 1d4 plus 1?
Yep.
It's kind of lame. I'll do it, though.
Yeah, it's not that great.
Isn't it 1d4 plus 1 per missile?
Yes, per missile.
Yeah, I'll get the plus 1 per missile. I thought there was like a level added to it as well.
Nope.
Oh, interesting. All right, so 1d4 plus 1, and I get 4 of them. That's going to be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 points of magic damage.
Ow.
3
Wait, why do you get
missiles.
4 of them?
What was that?
Why do you get 4 of them?
Wasn't it 4?
No, you get max of 3.
Oh, sorry.
Yep.
Subtract 2 points of damage. What did I just say?
You said 14, so 12.
12 points of damage across 3 magic missiles that arc out from their hands. And instead of the like very nicely multicolored, pleasing to the eye version of Seeker's magic missile, these look more like black shards of ice that launch directly into you through all of your defenses, as the magical nature would, and for the most part wind you, I'm assuming, because you still have a massive amount of stamina. So you don't actually
Oh yeah.
real damage from it, but you are winded as you try to really shrug off the effects of the magic. And then seeing both you and getting an eyeball on Seeker coming down the hallway, and seeing their friend just take a massive dent into their kidney plate, they actually retreat further back into the
No, they
hallway.
They
don't.
can't.
What?
That's you just full casted
Oh,
it.
the full cast. That's right. I
Yep.
got the third missile. Damn
Seeker
it. They
sees the
hang out.
missiles. Seeker sees the missiles and goes, "Ooh, nice."
Right, they are stuck there because they did use the full magic missile,
Yep.
which gives me the extra blast. That's right. Thank you. That makes it Brawl's turn.
All right. So Brawl, having his armor be penetrated by this magical attack, he's going to run right at this fella. He's not really going to run. He's going to move 5 feet.
By
He doesn't have enough
disengaging
room.
with his current
Yes.
enemy and kind of like spinning around. Yeah.
And he is just going to hopefully lay on into this guy with an attack that is going to hit. 25.
Roll perception first.
Oh dear. You sure you want me to do that?
Yep.
Nat 20!
That was a waste of a
Wasted.
20. That was a waste of a 20. All I wanted you to notice was that behind the visor in the helmet, it's actually not a guy, like you just said. It is a lady.
Oh. Of course it is.
I'm not
Man.
joking. That is how I have it built out.
I mean,
Well,
it's
this
still
is for fun, right?
four.
Yeah, apparently
This
it's
is for
fun now.
fun, man. Brawl just really loves hitting ladies.
And I don't want to say anything, but you just obliterated their
Mm-hmm.
KAC. So go ahead and make your attack roll.
But boom, 22.
22 points of damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, in one fell swoop, like you know what? Describe. You do not kill them, but describe how you do this attack.
So I turn around. It's going to be a bit visual. Sorry for people listening to audio, but I'm fighting the guy, right? I do the kidney punch to the guy right there. I turn around like this, get real mad. I'm going to stomp forward. And then hammer fist like this. Ah!
All right. Your hammer fist comes down, glances off of their helmet. The power armor, like powering your blow, actually manages to crack their visor a bit, like spiderweb cracks across their mask, and then just shaves off their entire shoulder worth of armor and just shunks it straight to the floor. You tear into their spacesuit. You have blood kind of come into globules into the lowering atmosphere, and they're standing, but they are wobbling. That blow was massive, and they are not okay. Their knees look weak as they are barely managing to stand underneath your onslaught. And
And
that, shoot,
Go ahead. Go ahead. Gonna crack a joke. Go ahead.
you can crack a joke.
I was just gonna point out that Rye still hasn't seen it.
Yeah.
Also true.
It's almost like he performed better with Rye not in the room.
Pretty much.
Not much, but
Performance anxiety.
Yeah.
the crew of the mothership, Dustinian, I don't think anyone can hear this actually because the door is shut. For everyone, oh, sorry, Miller. I'm not doing this on purpose. So Dustinian had felt the tug of atmosphere being pulled out of the room when the door was opened. So he actually at the console triggers the ship's safety measures, which should have fired automatically, but for some reason did not. And large globules of material like come out of like a ceiling vent in both rooms. Not that everyone sees the med bay. It comes out in globules and covers like the holes. And it's like giant pink goop that as it gets to where the atmosphere vents, it like expands rapidly, and a couple of these balls fill the hole. So both ships are now, both holes are filled, and there's no longer atmosphere venting. The safety measures have finally been manually triggered.
Both holes are filled.
Yes.
Nice.
All holes in the mothership are filled,
And we're
Yes.
satisfied.
more or less. It is Zero's turn at the top of the order.
Children. You guys are all
So
children.
Zero is going to move a little bit to the south, and using his semi-automatic pistol, take a shot at the same elite soldier he had been attacking. A 29 to beat the trick attack.
Pricked.
And It'd be a 15 KAC.
Not hit though.
And he is off target till next turn, so he gets a -2 to his attack.
Should that have happened last time as well?
No, I get to
okay.
choose if he remains flat-footed or if he gets off target.
Okay, so your trick is kind of just drawing.
He is still flat-footed against me, but he is off target for a round.
Okay, that works. I'm with you. I pick up what you're putting down, and that makes it. Oh, his turn. All right, he actually has operating procedures that he has to follow. Begrudgingly, he turns away from the android quarry that he had been pursuing. He closes the distance with the back of Brawl, and he brings out
flanking, by the way.
What was that?
He is not flanking, by the way.
Oh, because they use magic?
Correct.
Okay. I wouldn't have expected anyways. I don't think this person has a melee weapon. I don't think I gave them one because they don't want it, so that's fine. And he brings the rod attached to his armor. Again, he's got the gun in one hand, but he doesn't use it, so he puts it away or just kind of holds it to the side and brings that rod that is attached to the armor down on the back of Brawl with. Ooh, that's an 18 on the die, which I'm pretty sure is going to hit. Because that's.
Is it a 25?
It's more than a 25. Yes.
Then yes, it hits.
Okay, it's a plus 14 to hit, so that's a hit, and then the damage is this plus 10. You take 15 points of cold damage as the stick hits you across the shoulders. I don't know, reprimanding style, and you start to feel some cold tingling through even the heavy armor of your power armor. And that is it for him. Soldier 2 continues their flight to their ship and makes no other moves. Krellis, you guys don't have any line of sight on, so you don't know what goes on in that room. And Miller, you are out in the deep of space, and I will say that just using this full turn of movement, you're able to get to Doc Fang, and his give me a perception check.
All right.
Or a life science, whichever is better for you.
What is my perception? So it would be perception by just a little. 26.
All right, I'm going to give you the visual perception, which is to say they are not breathing in any way, shape, or form that you can tell. However, I'm going to give you also the kind of internal perception. You're not actually sure you've ever seen Doc Fang breathe.
Yeah. I mean, I'm very highly trained in life science too.
Give me the roll. I'll let you do it both. I'm not overly worried about it.
So this plus 10, 27.
You know what? You're going to say pretty certain that his species probably doesn't need to breathe just based on the things that you have seen. So you're not overly worried about the fact that they're not breathing. There's not any overt wound. It looks like they might have gotten struck across the head, which is why they're unconscious and why they were immediately sucked out into space. It doesn't look like there's actually any fatal injury. Over a quick cursory glance, there may be something going on underneath the suit that you can't tell.
Sure.
But you have him, and what's your plan on getting back? Just the fire extinguisher?
So right now, he would be removing like the rope from his backpack and just tying it around him, tying it around me, and that kind of thing. But yes, the fire extinguisher.
Okay, I'll say for now, you get to him, you get yourself all kind of roped up, and when you're as you guys are kind of spinning through space, you do notice that there has been a pink film that has expanded over the outside or the whole of the ship that you exited from.
And I'm sure just by being an engineer, I know what that is.
Yeah, it's a standard quasi-magical safety measure. You feel pretty confident that you just using force from the extinguisher could probably get back in through it. It's just going to be really freaking gross.
Yeah, I'm not worried.
Okay. It's not actually it's a filmy, like kind of pliable substance. It's definitely not creating like a hard outer shell or anything like that. All right, and that brings us to Seeker.
All right, which of the two that are attacking Brawl look the worst?
The meteor one that just approached Brawl from the back, which to you is whatever, from the back of Brawl, and just struck him, doesn't actually look all that poorly off. There's definitely pieces missing from the armor and like dented in and some smoking pieces. The one that Brawl just hammer fisted is like still staggering under the blow, almost looking a little like drunk as they're trying to keep on their feet.
All right. Okay, so Seeger raises his hands It's like, oh, I can do the same thing. Watch, and also shoots magic missile and makes it look exactly like the other person's, but way better. Just like 10 times more effects on it. So dark ice shards, except instead of just black in there, like dark, it's like got this kind of like tint on it that just a little bit of like light coming from it as well. It just looks really shiny and really awesome. And he's going to cast 2, I think, at the not hurt one, and then not hurt.
Not as hurt.
Yeah, he's gonna cast 2 at the 1-2 brawls right side on the map, and 1 to the magic casting one.
Okay.
So, let's see. Alright, so that is a 2 and a 4.
For 6 at the one behind brawl.
Yep.
Okay.
And then a 4 for the one that was shooting magic.
Yeah, the overly extra shards pierce into both. They both react to them. More smoke billows from the armor, and the injured magic caster is looking very distraught. Obviously, they've made a tactical error when they attacked Brawl without backup, or I guess there's enough backup. After Seeker, we have Rai. Or
Okay.
Reich. I don't know why I did that. It's Rai.
And any of these are okay. That's fine. Whatever you want to call him is okay.
You could call him handsome.
You could call
The
him-
universe's most handsome spastard is up.
Yeah. Wait, is that me or Rye?
I'll allow it to be whatever you think.
I'm handsome. So still looking to find Rye.
Found him.
Almost said Miller this time. Still looking to find Seeker. He runs to the door, opens the door, and peers in, expecting to find Seeker. What is it that I see?
You see. Give me a perception check. I guess will give us a little
That
more
is
quality.
It's a good point. I could do that. Seems almost like the thing to do. 22.
Ace is off to the left of the room on the floor, breathing shallowly, but breathing. There's a little bit of blood around their head on the floor. Krellis has the very large handgun aimed at Luris's head. Luris looks bored and is facing the door that you just entered from. And Dustinian, off to the right of them, the far right, is sitting at one of the consoles in the ship. His hair looking a hot mess, and he's looking overall depressed.
Is he doing anything?
He was using the computer as you walked in, typing away at it.
Okay. I take a quick look around and see Krellis and do a double check. This isn't the bathroom. Detect thoughts.
Yes, you need to make a check for that, and I will see what the.
Are you sure about that?
Oh, do I have to make a save? Is that what it is?
Will negates.
Oh, will negates. Okay. What is your? Oh, I got a decent will. Okay,
I
what's
don't
your
remember.
AC on
Chris
that?
always looks that up.
But you're the new rules lawyer, even though it's only half your face on screen this night.
What is that? Your racial?
It
No,
is the racial detect
yeah.
thoughts.
Detect thoughts.
Roll to
only used it.
25 for point of reference.
That's definitely
That's
going
gonna
to
beat
be
it. That's gonna beat it. So I fail to figure out anything at all.
That's too bad. That would have been fun.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I know.
Technically, with the way it worked last time, he could detect thoughts of everyone in the room, so he could learn what happened via other people.
That's true. It is a cone.
Oh, is it a cone?
Yeah.
Yeah, because remember it worked on me and Seeker.
Is it a waffle cone?
Concentration duration is concentration for 1 minute. Will negates. You detect the surface thoughts of intelligent creatures around you. In the first round, I detect the presence or absence of thoughts from conscious creatures and have intelligence scores of at least 1 or higher.
Okay. All right. This is the will for Luris. It is a 19, 17, 18. Yeah, it's a 19 from Luris.
Mhm.
What is the actual save?
It's going to be a total of 16.
Okay, so that beats it. And I'm sorry, what was the range?
60 feet.
60 feet?
So everybody in the room.
Everyone.
Okay, yeah, I'll say you swivel your head back and forth. Everyone else has less stats than the captain. That is this one. These ones should be pretty easy. That is a 18 from Ace. Sorry. And Dustinian is a natural 20. Nope, you got nothing in there. I'm sorry.
I tried.
No, it's a good call. That no one else would have been as fun, but Krellis I was kind of excited for, but that's
Okay,
the rolls
well,
did not support it.
That's burned for the day, and that's my standard action, so I can't do much else. Except I don't know what he would do in that situation besides piss himself.
He could piss himself.
I think I'd say, well, welcome to the ship. Not ours, so do whatever it is you need to do. Could you? I don't think you need. I've seen you in action. I don't think maybe not put the gun to his head. I mean, you do what you want to do. you're in charge.
Krellis gives an imperceptible shrug, or a slightly imperceptible shrug, and removes the gun from Loris's head and points it at you. And we're going to move on to the new enemy's turn, which is the magic user, who is all sorts of messed up and also really royally screwed because can't get away from a brawl attack of opportunity no matter what they do.
Now, I will say I do have the ability to move 10 more feet, but I'm not going to take it because this makes it more fun.
I'd allow you to take the 10 feet out of the door.
Yeah, but this is more fun.
Okay, I'm okay with that too. You're going to be mad.
Is Krellis a girl? Because girls are always fun. At least for brawl.
Wait, that's the way we'll get our gender, like, we'll know the gender of Krellis.
That's how we get the gender reveal party. Pink or blue balloons come depending if he hits or not. Yeah.
So Brawl basically has that lady killer perk from...
I was just about to say that same exact thing.
Yep.
Yeah, but I beat you to it so
Yeah, because you're loud.
He joked.
I'm loud, therefore.
And I was trying to be nice and wait for everybody to stop talking.
Yeah, that's not.
Well,
Patrick doesn't know how to do that.
That's true.
Hey, my technomancer, how does daze work? Do you have that spell?
Days? I don't have that spell, but I do have the spell list.
It doesn't
right
work
now.
on people CR3 4
Yep.
or more.
Correct.
Yep.
Which you
Just-
guys would be 4
Oh,
or
yeah.
more.
Yeah, it's 3 allure that it works on.
Son of a spitch.
I'm going to have to start using that on, like, crap people. I've never used it once.
Yeah. The only reason why I know is because I literally looked it up when I was looking up your racial stuff.
Yeah.
All right. It looks like they have a tactical baton, but I'm not even gonna make them use it because that's just not gonna work. That's just gonna go so poorly. They
Why,
are
it'd be
going.
funny.
What?
They could
would be
cower
funny.
in fear, and then I can do something on my turn.
Nope, they're going to take a disengaging step backwards down the hallway, realize that you can still see them very clearly around the corner. They're not going to get away from you. So they make a sign to a god that I'm not sure you'd recognize. Do you have a religion, Brawl,
Triune is the god.
that you follow?
Yeah.
This
Ever
was-
since I floated off into space.
Do you have mysticism trained?
Yeah, do you have mysticism
No.
trained?
Oh.
Okay, then you don't recognize the symbol. I will say it's this version of a Hail Mary, I don't know, touching shoulders or something. And they cast magic missile on you, prompting an attack of opportunity.
Okay. 16.
That hits. Their
Nice.
HP is hot garbage.
Ah!
Go ahead
Oh my
and
god.
describe your kill.
19 damage.
Yeah, describe
Okay.
your kill. How do you crumple this small, frail female commando?
It's
Okay,
not important.
So as this female commando can't let that detail slip at all, goes to cower around this corner.
Not cowering, bravely brandishing their last attempt at a magic missile. I will not have you belittle my characters. Only Rye cowers.
Brawl takes
True.
his right gun, which of course is not a gun, but his fist. And he brings one final hammer fist around the corner, just enough to nick them on their kidney.
And that's how you kill them?
Yep.
Just a
With
little tap.
dialysis.
Little kidney tap. Boop, boop. Now, does the kidney come out?
No, you just silently hear a.
I mean, you rolled pretty good, right?
So the punch actually hits a part of the armor that they hadn't even known had, when you shaved it off of their shoulder, had wedged into their skin of their suit, and you managed to just impale that broken piece of armor down into their kidney, actually eliciting their demise. You don't hear anything due to the vacuum of space, and they're not having comms with you.
No,
so
what
they-
isn't the vacuum done?
Oh, you're right. The vacuum did stop. So you actually do hear, because you'd also cracked the helmet. You hear a thick gurgle as they slump to the floor, and blood begins to pool from below their armor. And they have expired.
Oh, it's a female Murloc.
I don't understand.
I knew that was coming.
You're awful. All right, crew of the mothership.
No, it's my turn. That was an attack of opportunity.
Don't
Oh,
us,
you're right.
Blizzard.
You just obliterated that like a half pass. I'm so sorry, Brawl. It is your actual turn. They did not get the magic missile off. It fizzles as the life fizzles from their eyes.
Brawl, still a little bit mad after killing that last opponent, turns back around, looks at this other commando, and just unleashes the cold dragon gland breath. Bah!
What's the
And-
distance on that?
It's a 15-foot cone. Zero is not going to get hit.
Damn it! Is this the
I
first
was
time we're seeing
gonna-
the dragon gland.
Hmm?
Is this the first time we're seeing the dragon gland?
Second.
Oh, well, hopefully this one goes better.
But if that other person was still in the corner, I was going to back up 5 feet and just blast both of them, but this works too.
I'm okay with it.
They need to make a reflex, I believe.
It's usually
I think.
reflex. Yep.
Yeah.
This dice has been really good to me. Rolled a 5 this time though, and their reflex is only +5, so a 10 is not going to cut it. They do not make the reflex
Okay.
save. So as your little Yosoki breath like ports out the helmet, I guess, so you don't blast it into your own space helmet, you shoot out the breath at them, and they take
9 damage.
9 damage. They are still kicking, but they are not doing well. The ice has like starting to frost some of the joints that were originally smoking, and like you can kind of see like the arm like click, 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 click as they try to raise it again, and it's starting to jam. They are malfunctioning in a big way. And
Now it's the crew.
did they get an attack of
What-
opportunity on you because you were right on them?
I don't have it written down that they do.
So attack of opportunities are supposed to only be triggered on magic attacks, ranged weapons. I'm going to call this a ranged weapon. He's going to smack you unless you took a 5-foot step backwards.
I mean, I can because I
Take your
didn't
5-foot
move.
step backwards,
Yeah.
that's fine.
Okay. So then I'll back up 5 feet closer to the
No,
corpse
he
of
takes
the
attack of
previous center
opportunity.
me.
I want my +2 flanking.
Nope. So I take a step back and then I blast him in the face with my ice breath.
Perfect. Blasted in the face, freezing up, not doing well. Now it's the crew of the mothership. And Dustinian kind of looks over nervously at the doorway after hearing Rye rattle off something nervously and says, "We'd just run if I were you, friend. This is not the place I think you want to be." And Laris just does not, completely impassive, stone face, and has been stone faced this entire time. You're not sure if you've seen the little gnome, the hairless gnome, blink. And that brings us up to the top of the order with 0.
And I'm going to just take another shot at this elite soldier.
Take another shot at the lead soldier's behind. Do it. Is that a trick attack?
Yep.
Not quite enough. He is not tricked.
And nope.
And while you're spinning your guns around all like fancy like trying to get his attention, it goes off and you just drill a hole into the floor. Not enough to actually get anything through there.
I'm
Yes,
have to spin them right now because I'm mostly invisible.
oh, that's right. You just kind of weave them so they're glimmering. It goes off while you're cleaning it. It's fine. Do you move?
No, I'm good where I am.
Okay, that means it is this soldier's turn. Oh, he's not doing well either. And he does have his orders. He attempts to retreat. He takes a step into the room, notices that Zero's been taking pot shots, steps to the north of the room. I'm just gonna say he tries to barrel through the table that's in the middle of the room that was kind of bolted. He's hoping his armor can just push through as he makes a strength check against it. The strength's pretty high. He actually does manage to actually crumple the table underneath him. That's his first move, which is just 20 feet. Yep. So, and then his second move gets him to the pink overlay of stuff that has covered the hole, and they jettison themselves through the hole. They just jump, releasing their mag boots, and they do manage to exit the ship, tearing a new hole into the ship. So the vacuum begins sucking as vigorously as before everything that's in the room. I'm assuming you guys never released your mag boots, so no real effect there, other than the soldier that Brawl had obliterated. Their corpse begins to slowly be dragged towards the hole. And
Can I make an attempt to grab onto it?
give me a reflex save, and I'll see if you can stomp on it or not.
All right.
And they're now extravehicular. This soldier, the soldier that had run through the pink stuff, and the pink stuff kind of coalesced around it.
I rolled an 8, so probably not.
No, but it doesn't get very far. It basically moves past your legs, and then it goes basically adjacent to you still. So you'll get another chance at it if you want. It's not
Okay.
It's not getting completely ripped out right now. And Soldier 2 has been off the map for 3 turns now. And that goes to Krellis' turn. Krellis looks at Rye, the visor with the kind of the just the black mirrored lenses, or lens, I should say, looking directly at Rye, says, "Is Miller with you?"
I mean, no.
The gun goes off.
What?
They fire. That's how that works. And ooh, I think I hit you even if I roll a 1.
Can you not in the face?
I rolled I'm not gonna tell you what I rolled, but the total is 21 against your KAC.
Yep.
Yep. Okay. And that's the absolute worst I could have rolled. It does 10 points of piercing damage.
That's
kind
the
of
worst you could have done.
Well, technically, I rolled a 1 and a 2 on the damage die. So I'm rolling brawl rolls over here. It's Krellis is a little bit bigger than you really want to be tangling with solo Rye. You do take 10 points of piercing damage, which I'm assuming is still hitting your stamina, right? You don't even get actually grazed. You kind of dodge out of the way and get start to get winded from the effort. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay. Are they going to close the distance between you? Yeah, they're gonna take just one step. And you know what? No, they don't trust that cagey gnome. No, they stay right where they are. But the gun goes off, and they do not take it off of the doorway where you are standing. That makes it Miller's turn. Miller, you're up. You got your.
So Miller takes a look back, sees that his entry has been kind of sealed off. He's like, well, they want me at the bridge anyway. And so he kind of takes out his little fire extinguisher and kind of Wally style back towards the bridge.
In your best estimation, how fast do you think that'd let you go?
You ever fire extinguisher?
Yeah, they're
No, I haven't. That's why I'm asking.
Pretty explosive.
Yeah. I'd say probably regular movement.
I'll give you regular. Otherwise, your movement's absolute hot garbage, being in the wrong direction.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, no, I'll take it. So you get your regular movement. Let's go ahead and I'm gonna use a tracker for you. Where did you go? There you are. I'm gonna use a tracker for you. I'm gonna get that soldier off the map. Shut up. And we're gonna track you on the side of the ship, but you will be not quite adjacent to the side of the ship. So if we go from here, we'll give you. You actually get pretty far. You're not quite there. You're getting towards. You get to the front of the ship. You get to the fore of the ship, but you're still about, let's say, 60, 50-ish feet away from the bridge,
Mhm.
as you are kind of just jettisoning along Wally style. And to course correct, it'll take another move action, which you'll do next turn.
Do I still have a standard?
I gave you both movements to get there, but if you'd like to do a standard instead, I can just move you back a bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm assuming with no gravity, I just kind of go.
I'm gonna say it takes a little bit more like I've heard that just to control the stream.
No worries. Yeah. Then I'm just gonna activate my shield.
Is that a standard action to activate the
standard
shield?
action, yeah.
Oh, okay, right. You activate it and you putter along, so you're not quite to the front, but you'll be able to get basically on screen anyways. Next turn, if you do a double move.
Are there any like windows or anything on that side of the ship?
No.
Okay.
No portholes on. Well, no, I'm so sorry. On that floor, no. On the floor below, every like other floor below, and there's probably about, I don't know, there might even be like 10 floors on the ship. It's a big ship. There are probably some portholes. None of them are made for boarding, but you as a Yosoki could
I'm
probably make it work.
more interested as what's going on in the ship.
Oh, nothing that you'd be able to see really from
Okay.
here. Between polarized glass, smallish windows, and a bad angle, nothing that you can see. Good call, though. There are windows on the bridge, though. You will have sight on them.
Oh, believe me, I'm all set and ready.
Seeker, you're up.
All right, over the comms. What exactly is our plan at the moment?
I'm making my way to the bridge. I'm almost there.
Weren't you just outside?
I'm still outside.
How are you gonna get in?
I got my ways.
Okay.
Probably the same way that Krellis got in.
Everybody else, what are we doing?
I don't have any intention of letting him take Miller. I would hope that's everyone else's decision.
You hear from over the radio, getting shot at.
Who's shooting you?
It's scary, man.
Krellis is shooting you?
Yeah.
Why did you even go that way?
I thought that's where you were.
Oh my. All right.
It's so scary.
Seeker turns orange in frustration. As he turns around and starts stomping over towards the towards the
I don't think you have to
captain's
stomp
quarters.
anymore. They've sealed up all the things.
No, one of them got opened up again.
No, he's stomping because he's angry, frustrated. And he makes it to Rye and just kind of pulls him back.
Give me like a really minimal strength check. You do need to disconnect his mag boots.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I think you could just pass by me.
I think he's trying to pull you out of the doorway.
That's what I'm trying to do. So we got strength. Just
give me a 10. If you show me a 10, I'll let you move him behind you.
2.
You give him a firm tug, but his boots are rooted despite his quivering knees.
Probably in spite of his quivering knees.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right, and that was a.
The malfunctioning.
That's more than one movement for me. Yeah.
Don't worry, I'm
All right.
moving my next out.
Because I could have turned you invisible or something.
Something useful.
Yeah. But I had done 2 moves, so I couldn't.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Rye, you're up. Don't have to wait long.
Yep. I will use a movement to go not in the face. A moneymaker. And then I will use, instead of my standard, a movement. And I'm gonna not flee, but bravely, strategically back away.
Usually your moneymaker's on the other end.
No.
I get it.
Hey.
That was only 20 feet.
But you use not in the face.
Yeah, he still gets 30 feet, though.
Yeah, but you use not in the face.
It's true, I did.
I'm just stating the obvious.
Wrong.
Oh wait, I need to stay relatively close, I think, for that to stay in effect. Actually, hold on. Let me do the double check.
Oh,
Great. Now Seeker's
Oh,
just
no,
kind of
that's-
standing in the middle of the hallway, awkward, like,
What color is it?
The
Still orange.
Oh, actually, you know what? Before I even get the result or before I move, he has a will save. Let's just
And
keep
if it's
low.
a 29 will save.
He's unaffected by it.
Yep.
So I definitely do flee.
Take it in the face.
He's about to.
I mean, what else is new?
I'm just saying, full blast on the chin. Just
Stop. Brawl, you're up. Please don't let him speak anymore.
all right. I'm going to try to grab this suit or this person and suit of armor again to stop it from flying out into the deeps of space.
Give me a reflex save.
You got it. And my reflex is, watch it be very low again, 11.
That's enough. You just needed a 10. You
Okay.
you stomp on it basically.
And then I want to start dragging it back to the cockpit area.
They're not very heavy. Atmosphere, or I should say, gravity is being somewhat affected by the fact they're being pulled. You can totally start pulling them.
Okay.
Won't even slow you down.
All right, then I'm going to head back to the cockpit. And I am doing a... can I do a double move? It was just right there. Okay. So then I am able to make it pretty much next to Seeker for the most part.
The power armor doesn't slow you down at all?
Nope.
Nice.
Not this armor. The last set that I had did. Not this one.
Okay. I didn't know you've already changed out your power armors.
Well, my heavy armor took the penalty, but my power armor doesn't.
What is your power armor? It's not the Jarl Slayer, is it?
No, that's the most.
Did you just call it the
expensive
Jarl
one.
Slayer?
Jarl?
Yeah, you're right, it's the
Jarl.
Jarl Slayer.
Jarl.
I have
No, it's Jarl. There's no Norse language in this
it's
place.
Nordic. It's a Jarl.
There's no Nords in space. It's a
Skyrim man, Jarl.
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 But I
I know
have
what I
the
said.
battle harness.
Okay, right. Yeah, so you're dragging this corpse behind you, and you get to the corner behind where Seeker is, towards the helm of the ship, and that's going to end your turn. The crew of the mothership. Justinian, feeling that tug again, pushes the button for the security system. And the pink goop once again fills in that hole in the engineering bay, shutting off the suck of vacuum at you guys. And you guys have you guys been going through the holographic chamber or going around it?
Around.
Okay,
Through for me.
through. All right, then Gilandrathel, who has been cowering in the corner, he's the ship's engineer and janitor, basically. He flees. He's just running as fast as he can, which is just his double move, down towards the med bay, because he's not really thinking where he's going. He's running away. That's all. Just some motion. He's the only crew member you guys really have had access to, though. Everyone else in the basically Ace is still on the floor unconscious, and Loris has not changed his facial expression at all. Next up is Zero.
I'm going to just double move down the hallway through the, I think you just called it the holographic room.
Yeah, you're gonna go through the holographic room, the square thing in the middle of that kind of landing. Yep.
And I get to right next to them.
All right, so you're running through that small entertainment chamber. You actually get right in front of Brawl and behind Seeker, and party's almost unsplitting. And is that your double move?
Yes.
That makes it Krellis' turn, and Krellis, I don't know if Seeker can see it from there, gingerly steps around the commander to the point where they are now in direct view of the hallway. Seeing Seeker there, they take a shot.
Oh, is the door open?
The door, no one shut it when they left, I believe. Rye fled.
Oh yeah.
Not automatic?
Not automatic.
Oh, man.
The only automatic door in the ship, and I made sure to
Have fun,
highlight it,
Seeker.
was the holographic chamber. So takes a shot. It seems to not actually be aiming at Seeker, and actually seems to be aiming at Zero behind Seeker. So Seeker actually does provide soft cover, I believe.
Yeah, +4.
Is it +4 or +2?
+4.
Oh, so it's not soft
just
cover.
looked it up. Yeah.
Okay. So provides a hefty amount of cover, and now that the atmosphere is totally sealed, you hear this echo throughout the chip. It is a big bellowing blast out of this relatively small-looking pistol-type weapon. That is going to be pretty significant to hit. Where is the actual?
You have like a bolter pistol or something?
So it's a custom job. That's going to be a 27 to hit.
Okay.
That's KAC 27 to hit.
And you do add your +4 to your AC there, 0.
That hits.
Is Zero still invisible?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Zero didn't do anything to hide. You have to do an action to make a stealth check.
So he just sees shimmering behind you, and he goes, "What the hell's that?" Or they shoot, and
Yeah,
that hits.
it's more than enough, and it's going to be. I don't think I have enough of those die. I don't know why, but I only got one of each dice in this little roller thing that I have, which is kind of annoying because this character rolls a lot of dice. That's that number. That's that number. You take 14 points of piercing damage as the hand cannon pistol thing barrels out a projectile, apparently past Seeker and like kind of into you, Zero. I think that's still hitting your
It's still in stamina.
stamina. So you kind of like you roll with it and it kind of glances off your armor, but to the point where you felt it, like you're getting a bruise kind of underneath the armor from that blow.
And you said 16, right?
What was that?
16.
14. I think. I'm sorry. Let me see what it was. I rolled the same thing as their bonus. So 14. I've now
Okay.
told you what the bonus is. Yeah, 14 points of piercing damage. And that was their move and action. So it's Miller's turn. Miller, are you using the double action to get closer, or are you doing a standard action?
Nope, I'm using double action to get closer.
So using the another quick burst from the extinguisher to get you further down, and then another burst to correct, you are able to push yourself closer to the ship. We're probably about 10 feet off of where we're graphically showing on the map. I'd say you're probably about 20 feet away from the hull windows.
Oh, perfect.
Viewports kind of going in.
Do I see like the pink goop anywhere around it? Like, where did Krellis enter?
Krellis entered actually on the floor below.
Oh, all right. This is even better. Okay.
All right, yeah, you do see like pink goop covering up a much neater hole. It was not a blast like the others did. It was a much smaller hole, but you do see the pink goop. That's a good idea looking for that. Give me another perception check.
All right. 25.
Timey-wiminess of this, I'm not sure exactly what you see, but glancing in, you do kind of see, you get kind of a brief glance of, you can't see Ace because she's kind of under the window portion, but you see Laris just sitting stoically in the commander's chair. Behind the commander's chair and off to the side, in the middle of the room, basically, is Krellis, who either is in the process of firing or just fired their pistol down the hallway. I don't think you can see anyone else from that angle, though. And that brings us to Rye's turn.
What about me?
I am so sorry. I'm only doing it on paper. I'm not doing my tense. So sorry. Seeker, you are up.
Okay, do we know what spell bullets I had in that weapon?
I'm going to allow it to be whatever ones you have prepared. Like whatever ones you want for the first time ever. You know what I mean? Because you had a year to kind of pre-plan. I'll give it to you for this one. And just make sure you're talking about the item in question as you're using it, because this is the first time it's appeared in ever, basically.
Yeah, so this is a question that I have then. Can you shoot touch spells with that at all?
Yes.
You can.
Yeah, I'm going to break the rules for that as well.
Okay.
Again, it's like a one-time get-out-of-jail-free thing. So, yeah, touch spells are fine, and you get the double barrel effect.
Okay, so Seeker pulls out this archaic-looking golden cylindrical gun with engravings on it, points it at Krellis. It charges
Both hands
up.
on the gun?
Yep.
Okay.
Both hands on the gun. Charges it up and shoots a... I guess this would be... I don't think it would look special at all because it's not actually coming from Seeker's magic. But little tiny nanobots shoot straight, like a beam of nanobots shoot at Krellis. And you said that this can have 2 in it, or is it only using 1 spell, or is it using both spells?
Basically,
2 at
you
once.
get to load up 2 spell gems into this at once. It's a totally broken weapon in the context of the game.
Okay.
But,
2 inject nanobots.
Just doubling up 2 inject nanobots.
Yes.
All right, and what's the save? Because the save still triggers the same.
All right. So
oh, wait,
first
you have
of
to make
all,
the hit. You have to make the touch attack first, right?
yeah. So would this be if this is coming from a gun? Do I still need to make the melee touch attack to actually hit, or
No.
no?
No,
Okay,
no,
so
no.
it's
Like
just-
as if you're shooting the weapon, and if you
Okay.
hit, that's the touch. I will say their AC is pretty high, so this might be something that does fizzle.
Yeah, it probably will, but it's worth a shot. It's my only thing I can really do at the moment. So, what do I got? I've got a +6. Yeah, it's not that good, but 20.
I'm gonna say due to the nature of the weapon that it's more of an energy blast than it is kinetic because it doesn't shoot the physical bullet. It releases the magic out of it.
Yep.
So 20 does actually hit
Oh,
the
wow.
EAC.
Okay.
It would not hit the KAC. So that you do manage to connect.
All right. So he gets Krellis gets a Fortitude partial saving throw.
I'm gonna give them a fortitude partial on both. So I'm rolling 2.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I get you.
Just because it is 2 spell effects.
I get you.
One was I don't actually know what the fortitude save is for Krellis. I know what the will save is. Fortitude is almost as good. I think they're gonna make the save for both. It's a 22 and more than that.
Okay. So I have that's a level 2 spell. I'm a level 5 caster. And I also have +1 from spell proficiency or whatever.
So it sounds like we got to an 18.
Yeah, 10 + 5 + 6, 7, 8. Yeah.
Yeah,
18.
so there'll be a save on both. So partial
Save on both.
save.
Okay, so they take 48 damage halved. Right? Let me just make sure. Yeah, half damage. So it negates confusion. So he's not confused, which sucks. But that's going to
4
deal.
d8 points of damage.
Yes.
Halved.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, wait. You said there's 2 of those in there, though, right?
We just did the save for both.
Right. So then it would be 8d8 halved
Oh.
because each one does 4d8.
It's going to be
That's
48
accurate.
halved and then another 48 halved.
Yeah.
Okay.
You could just do 8d8 halved though.
No, it wouldn't
No,
work.
it's
No, you're
different.
right, Justin.
Yep.
So 4d8 twice halved.
So it's a 19 and a 15.
Half
So
of those.
9 plus 7, 16.
16 points of damage.
16 points of damage altogether.
Imagine if it wasn't halved, he'd be dead.
Unfortunately, that's not quite true. All right, and I'm gonna need
Let's be honest,
Isn't-
that probably doesn't even beat the
What,
stamina.
so what was? I'm sorry. That was minus how much?
That
So-
was what? It was
What was the total damage?
19
16.
and 15.
Yeah, 16 damage.
16 damage. Thank you. 16 points of damage. Okay. Yeah, blast through, gets through the armor. The little nanobots kind of chitter away and kind of cut carves into the ornate armor that Krellis wears. Krellis otherwise seems unaffected. And the pistol that you had fired, that kind of cylindrical engraved pistol, begins to kind of glow red as it overheats and becomes useless for the rest of the day.
All right, and then I'm going to use my move action to duck around the corner.
Sure, no problem. You kind of sneak by Zero and get around the corner after firing the pistol. This was the pistol for folks from season 1 that was in the cargo bay of the Indecision when they picked up the ship, and they had it unlocked by the pirate / ex-BSU scientist, Sally. Right, after Seeker, we now have Rye. I'm sorry about that. Rye, it's your turn.
Muted.
I keep
Womp
see.
womp.
I mute myself so that I'm not like rude when you guys are going and
But you got to remember to unmute yourself.
that's,
When you're being rude normal.
that's the hey. All right, so Rye takes a moment to collect himself. You can do this. He's just scary and murderous, merciless. You can't do this. You can't do this. You gotta do this. God, and he runs back, fully intending to run the whole distance, but he gets here and sees other people back in the hallway. And he goes, "Oh, you guys aren't fighting him either. looks
You were
at
a little
Beaker.
quiet there.
Yeah, what'd you say?
I said, "Oh, you guys aren't fighting him either." Then
No, I'm
I
gonna
just
fight
shot
him.
at him. Yeah.
You just shot me.
And I just took a shot at him. It's
I look at
Krellis.
Zero and go, "You are almost as scary as him. We might have a chance." After you. And I will ready an action. If for some reason Krellis shows up, I'm gonna give suppressive fire. Covering fire? What's the name of it?
Herring.
That's the one.
There's like two different ones. One gives both. It's fine. I don't expect them to come around the corner, so that shouldn't be a problem. You ready the action, and it goes to Brawl's turn.
All right. So Brawl, all the while dragging along this the corpse of this heavily armored person behind him, walks up into the cockpit area.
With the corpse?
Yep.
Okay.
And then he lands right in front of Krellis. Finally releases the body he was dragging. And then brief interaction of dialogue. Now, I'm not going to hit you first, but if you hit me, I will attack you. Are we just going to wait for Miller?
You already shot.
I haven't done anything to Krellis.
So what I'm picturing is Brawl stomping in the room in his power armor, drops the dead body, puts two hands on his hips, and just, lays an ultimatum down. And Krellis isn't going to respond audibly.
Can I intimidate roll for that, perhaps?
Yes.
18?
They actually seem intimidated.
Booyah!
In terms of that, you see a small nod directed at you from Krellis. Still
All right.
doesn't say anything.
Guys, we're waiting for Miller.
Okay. And the crew of the mothership, being so effective as they have been, do nothing. You might hear some scampering feet down the hallway as Gilandrathel continues to flee. And Zero, you're up.
The question is, do I follow Brawl's advice? So I suppose for now, Zero's just going to move 5 feet into cover. Because he's not going to trust Krellis, so.
I just imagine this the slide whistle sound effect as you go behind the cover.
And I'm going to ready an action to shoot at Krellis should he attack Brawl. Or it attack Brawl.
Okay. That makes it Krellis' turn. I was, until the intimidate roll was successful, going to be a jerk. Because Brawl said, if you hit me, I'm going to hit you. And Zero just said, if Krellis attacks Brawl. So I was totally going to have him shoot Zero again, which doesn't trigger either reaction. However, with the successful intimidate, and as Patrick has pointed out in the past with intimidate and Starfinder, it does make them more compliant to your instructions. I'm not saying that it makes them friendly or anything along those lines, but in terms of you intimidated for a certain goal, you achieve the goal, I'll say that this person is compliant due to your imposing stature as a Yosoki. They do, however, on their turn, open comm channel to everyone. Where is the Yosoki now?
And that's my turn, right?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Yeah, go ahead.
Awesome, perfect.
So, as soon as that happens, you hear 2 little tink, tink right at the window.
And as people look at the window,
An explosion.
Yep. Not surprised. A little worried about Ace, but not otherwise surprised. What is
So
this?
basically, what happened was Miller kind of lines himself up and pulls a couple grenades from his pocket, kind of undoes them. Actually, he doesn't undo them because they are on a detonator, and he just kind of gingerly. Whoop, and as soon as he says, "Where is Miller?" Boop.
What's the radius for these weapons?
50.
Basically, are you taking damage? Is what he wants to know.
Probably.
No. Miller is actually like 10 feet further off than what we're seeing on screen.
Oh, okay.
So he's not concerned. I need to see if he's hitting Ace.
Frag grenades 15 feet.
All right, so Ace is going to get hit, and Ace does not get a reflex save because Ace is unconscious on the ground. Roll me some damage on your frag grenades.
So they go right through the glass and everything?
Yeah, there are no shield up or anything on the ship. It was most systems are disabled
4
from the
damage.
commandos. 4 damage. Yeah, I wasn't expecting much, and also she is got some cover from that, so I'm gonna have that just from the way that. Oh, you know, shards of glass are kind of shitty too. Spooky.
And the air is going to be leaving this area, right?
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how is that going to work? Where is her sheet? How much health does she have? Oh, plenty. She does not. I mean, she's like she gets some scratches from it, and she obviously took a little bit of damage from it. The more concerning thing is that she does jettison out into space with the expulsion of the atmosphere.
Reflex? Can I get a reflex?
I'll give it to you, but it's going to be especially hard because I'm going to also be factoring in that she might not have gone anywhere near you when it exploded out. But if you roll high enough, I'll say you get it.
Come on, roll the dice. So 26.
Yeah, I'll say maybe like kind of lancing out with your attached unconscious whatever this alien is in Doc Fang. You kind of swing around and get her kind of tangled up in the netting that you guys have.
All right.
So she's not going too far. Her suit was activated, like her helmet and everything. So she's not in danger of exposure or anything like that. So you did manage to kind of reel her in. She is unconscious.
All right.
And with the grenade dropping, I'd still give you a movement action if you want. You know what? I'll say that saving her would be your movement, I guess, for that. So you are still kind of floating out there in space. Do you say anything?
I'm coming in.
All right. Does anyone want to do anything before we get to Miller's turn again?
Brawl said he was going to wait. Brawl's waiting.
Rye?
Shriek, what happened?
Just a little explosion that kind of echoes through the ship. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
And Zero?
Would still wait.
Seeker.
Probably.
Sorry, Zero, keep going.
No, I'll keep it with if Krellis attacks Brawl.
Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to the window and try to make sure Brawl, me, Miller and the people he's towing behind him make it back into the ship.
That's fair. Seeker, are you doing anything?
Seeker just looks at Krellis and says, "Sorry. It's business, you know how it is. Plus, I really wanted to shoot that gun."
No, I don't know what it is. What is it? What is business?
Krellis doesn't respond to that particular statement. We're going to get back to then. We're just going to go right to Miller then, and we're going to say we're still in initiative order, but we've skipped a turn ahead. Miller, you're able to come in. Again, you're 10 feet away from where you are now, so let's say that you're...
Oh, telepathically.
25.
I did that telepathically. There you go. That's what I meant to say.
Well,
We've already heard it.
I'll allow it to be telepathically, but everyone, for some reason, can tell exactly what you're thinking.
During that noise, I will take the opportunity to begrudgingly run back in, because if there is an opportunity to take advantage of it, it's now.
Okay, so you're in the room?
Yeah, I'm in the room.
Okay, we're at Miller's turn then. Miller, you are 25 feet away until you're in the ship, so you could get 5 feet in the ship with one move from your...
Oh, yeah. So dropping right into it. And I kind of shout over, "All right, seal it up," as he kind of untangles everybody, kind of plops them down, and he starts working at Ace first.
You get them both kind of detangled from you. And before you even said anything, Destiny had already pushed the button to bloop the bloops,
Mhm.
and the pink goop has filled in the window span that you blew up with your lovely grenades.
Mhm.
I would like to assist Miller if he will allow me
Oh, yeah.
for patching these people
I
up.
was going to do it anyway. I'm also using a med patch on her. Does her does she have like superficial wounds and whatnot?
She's got some. I'm actually gonna say Krellis is gonna interrupt that. Krellis doesn't care about their survival.
And I don't
Krellis-
care about Krellis.
Okay, then 9 of you get to do anything other than you have a standard action, Miller. That's it.
All right. Well,
So
I'm
your
gonna
standard action would be to apply a med patch to Ace if you so chose.
Yeah, I look her over. Does she have like superficial wounds?
You haven't checked her out before. Give me, I think that'd be life science again for like a medical check,
Yep.
right?
This plus 10, 27.
Probably
And-
concussed, some cuts and burns from your grenade going off. Otherwise, stable.
Yeah. All right. Apply med patch and that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Which
I already rolled to assist.
You
and
actually
I
cannot
made it.
assist in this because
Oh.
we're out of initiative order.
Okay.
but that's all right because I get plus 10 circumstantial bonus with it.
So
So
you're doing just fine.
So yeah, I mean this plus 20. I mean almost a nat 20. I got a 39 altogether. So
Okay.
I think I do pretty well.
You do just fine. They're pretty well patched up. Might not even wake up with as bad of a headache. Right. Nope. Sorry. In terms of initiative order, Seeker, you're up.
All right. So Seeker's just going to moving up might be a better idea because if he moves away, if Krellis moves away, then I'm not gonna be able to get shot off or anything. Yeah, Seeker will move up next to the dead body that that Brawl dragged in for whatever reason.
All right. So you just kind of move up to get a little
Yeah,
bit better.
and then
vantage
trains
point?
his. Well, actually, is there a draw action now? Did they get rid of that?
There is still a draw action. There are things that get rid of it. You like certain fusions and things, but there is a draw action.
Okay, so yeah, then I'll draw my my laser. I probably should have drew the caster pistol in. Oh well, we cheat
fine.
here. That's fine.
I'm over it. That's
Not
fine.
my pistol, my gun. I have a laser gun now.
That's fine. You've got the laser gun in your hand. Krellis noted that you pulled a weapon out. And rise up.
I take a quick look around, look at all the destruction, panning from my left to my right, and I see Ace is worse for wear. Someone else looks to be dead or not all that alive. I see the 2 rat folk, yada yada yada, and as I pan over to my right, I see for the first time a dead body down underneath, and just oh god, why?
Which god, Rye?
Oh, Abaddon.
Oh.
It's Abadar, not
Abadar, yeah.
Yeah, I keep saying Abaddon, which is a different thing.
That's a different god.
Very different god. Oh, Abadar, why? Oh god. So I just look back at Krellis and I say, okay. So maybe we didn't start off on the right foot, even though you chose the foot. Perhaps we can have civil discussion now? Maybe, considering, it's better for everyone, beneficial? Huh?
The most civil discussion we can have right now is for the Yosoki Miller to disarm and come with me.
Okay. Counter offer. You seem to be okay with taking money. I've got Yosoki Miller worth. I got 50 credits. I'm sure we could pull some more.
Give me a real quick diplomacy check.
I'm obviously going.
Nat 20 this.
I'm obviously going for like setting the mood.
I got you.
33.
Wow. Oh my god, that's more than I expected.
I'm a talker.
Krellis's gun lowers. and they say, maybe I don't need to take him this time. I didn't report that I found you, and I think those commandos are going to find their ship in worse repair than expected in about 10 minutes. I could potentially allow a trade to buy you some time.
Seeker lowers his gun too as soon as Krellis does.
Should have started with 45 credits.
I don't want credits. Points at Seeker. I want that gun.
Oh.
Oh, it's just a gun? Oh. I mean, Seeker. Give him your Rudy Tooty point and shooty. Come on.
Seeker
Still
offers
working.
the laser gun that he
Do
has.
not play games, Android.
Still working at fixing up Ace and everything. Miller just kind of offhand goes, "Well, are you going to leave me alone while we get rid of that?
Get rid of?
Get
The
rid of it.
gun."
I don't understand.
Let me rephrase.
Please.
Will you leave me alone if we give you the gun?
For 5 days.
Ah, but then you can come back and kill us with the gun that I just gave you.
That's a possibility. Or in 5 days, you can be better at covering your tracks.
I'm not entirely sure we're that good at it,
I just
to be honest.
You already know where we're going, don't you?
I telepathically reach out to Seeker. Is this person really like? Is this person a fan of yours or something? Because wasn't so cool with me before. Now you're in the room. Wants your gun. Maybe memorabilia.
Did you see? Did you see my gun? Did you see it shoot?
No,
I can't blame him for wanting it.
To your point, Miller, I don't know where you're going, but I have 2 approximate guesses that I'm happy to share with you. Points at Brawl. In the Border Space Union Military Academy database, I have this one in their family coming from Verces. Knowing Verces was struck during the pistol incident makes me think that that is at least one stop for you. And I also know, points back to you, Miller, you have associates currently enjoying their stay on Eox.
Oh, so we're definitely not visiting the family of a loved, cherished, treasured celebrity like myself.
You,
clearly.
points at Rye, records say, are a washed up slave boy. Points at Seeker, I don't even need to talk about you. And points at Zero, and you're as close as factory fresh as they got when they discovered you. Kind of. Did he miss anyone? No.
Now you got everybody.
So I've got
kinda.
2 locations that I'm going to be visiting in 5 days, or as long as it takes me to travel. I'll call off the search for 5 days, see how long it takes me to get there then, and if you're gone, the chase is on.
And another question for you. Did they want me dead or alive?
Alive.
Oh boy. And what do you think they'd do to me?
How familiar are you with Vesk culture?
Yeah, that's what I figured. Well, he continues working on on the other one, Doc Fangs, I believe.
Sure. Yep.
Alright.
Doc's fangs wounds, you're actually not entirely sure what they are. It just seems to me maybe they're knocked unconscious by a blow to the head. It doesn't even seem to be done by a weapon. It was probably done by whatever exploded the wall. So they're concussed at worst. Also could be dead because they're not breathing and you're not getting a pulse. But you're pretty sure they're alive. Krellis kind of readjusts the gun, not aiming it at anyone, but it's kind of subtly pointing at Laris. And that's not like not trying to hide it. But they're going to swing it. Seeker, I'm not asking for any favors. I'm just looking to see if you're willing to make a trade. Your friend's life for a potentially limited span. I'm not lying. Unless you're good at avoiding.
Well,
Why don't
Told you.
that's the
Wait.
thing, you see. It's not a very good deal for us.
Oh, sense motive.
Better, yes,
Sure.
than nothing, but
I wanted to sense motive on your rule if it's too late. I just
No. Sense motive. You can be sense motive in the background. That's fine.
Yeah, sense motive when he was talking about his guesses at the locations and well, basically in general.
Okay.
Is he being truthful? There's the locations and the deal.
Well, as the locations are things your party members have mentioned as points of interest, like that's on point. That's not really a motive thing. That's a
good point.
that seems like an accurate tactical assessment.
Yeah.
Now, why they're giving you that information?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I'll give you sense motive for that.
I got 26 because it seems weird that
They nat 20 that roll, so you're not going to get any motive from them on that. You're not really able to discern why they're being so open with that information.
fair enough.
Does seem odd. I will give you that.
Fair enough.
out of character, do we know that Miller's family is on Eox right now?
My
You
Not
said
really-
associates.
Oh, associates. Do we know that?
Associates.
You do know that the folks who were in Industrial 2,
Oh, yeah,
which
yeah, yeah.
included Sal,
Yep.
did get transported to EOX. Now, that being said, I don't know if you guys knew or not whether or not the dome impacted and everyone died or not. I think we had discussed that they hadn't, and you kind of had figured that out.
I think that's what the commander was saying.
This would be the
Yeah.
final Oh, right. You're right. This would be additional confirmation on that. And confirmation that, well, as much as you can trust Krellis, that Sal or associates are actually there.
I would gladly give you this gun for Miller's life if that were guaranteed. But as it is not, we need to come up with a better bargain here.
Does the party remember, or like when Seeker was talking with Krellis last time, was the favor like spoken, or was it telepathic?
That was spoken.
It was spoken out
All
loud.
right.
Yeah.
Then why don't you just cash in your favor in exchange for Miller's life?
Because it's the other way around, Brawl. He says, continue.
Krellis gives Miller a rather deep nod at that point and
Oh.
picks up their head.
Well, I'm not so good with the smarts.
It's
I
all
can
right,
make
buddy.
an alternative arrangement.
Brawl is so smart.
What's the alternative?
Smarty.
Krellis picks up the gun a little bit higher so that it's pressed to Larissa's temple. And technically, if you're going with initiative order, because Seeker was opening up dialogue, it would go to Rye.
Wait, why did he put the?
We're back into
He's-
combat.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, the deal didn't work out so good. Okay. Well,
I mean,
sure.
unless you all are okay with 5 days.
5 days is better than no days.
Plus transit. Krellit inserts.
5 days is good for me.
Dustinian from the back, still looking mussed up. We might be inclined to take the 5 days. It's not quite a quick travel to versus Oriox, and they're not particularly close, might I remind you.
Yeah.
All right. Fine then. And he kind of tosses the gun. No spell gems though.
That's totally fair. Krellis catches the gun lightly, puts it into like a panel of armor that kind of opens up, tucks it in, and kind of steps backwards to where there looks to be flooring. And as they step through it and kind of fall to the floor below, you see that the floor was actually replaced by a hologram. It's like a little like bead of hologram that was kind of replacing the floor, and they drop to the floor below. There's a small hole burned into like the grating in the whatever you call this place that I've been calling, not the cockpit, but the whatever.
The bridge.
Bridge.
Thank you. The bridge. Yes. Drops through the hole in the floor of the bridge.
I finally get to shoot it once, and then, damn it! He's like, just like deep blue, like really, really sad. Like I really wanted to keep that.
And I really wanted to see it.
Well, I say nervously, I am just glad to see that Krellis turns out a fan of Ray Shorin, as proven evident by him name dropping my role as a slave boy on Popper Peters Palisades.
He's the wrong kind of fan.
Yes, a stalking one at that.
Not to be confused with Papa Peter's Pizza Palace.
Yes, we got you, you sly bastard.
I want everyone to know there's a difference between those roles.
Which two roles again?
Papa Peter's Pizza Palace and Popper Peter's Palisades.
Well,
Good call, Chris. I didn't think you had it.
well, now that we know that he is after Miller, we really need to step up our game, I think. And I don't have my super awesome special gun anymore either, so...
Well, he doesn't know where I'm from.
Here's an easy resolution. We go to neither of those places.
That's
Excuse me?
Oh, I'm sorry. You didn't hear me quite well. See, that is a person who can easily kill all of us, and he knows that we're going to one of those two places. Ipso facto, we don't go there. And I know that's not the appropriate use of ipso facto. I don't care right now. I'm a little scared and shaken.
Brawl, response?
I need to go back to Verses.
Look, yeah, sure. Give it more than 5 days. Maybe like a month. A year. It's been a year. What's another year?
I'm not going 2 years
You're not
without confirming whether or not my family is alive.
Oh, they're dead.
Oh, okay. You've angered the beast. Okay, Brawl is rushing Rye.
Attempting to sidestep.
What? Ooh, what? Oh, I've got
24.
an idea!
I'll give
Guys.
you a reflex save to try and help out here. Go for it.
Okay. I don't know if I actually get a reflex save. I'm just hoping.
You shouldn't, but I'll give it to you to see if you get cover, basically.
21 damage.
21 damage.
Yeah, you really can't piss Brawl off anymore.
So, out of curiosity, does this mean Rye is a girl?
He is very effeminate, so I'm gonna
End
say-
episode.
However,
No, that's
you've
a good
actually hit
fucking
Rye 100% of the times you've tried, so
True.
yeah. Hey, what's your stamina at, Rye?
0.
Like great at 0, or does that go into your health?
Oh, it's going into my health.
Yeah, he hits you hard enough, and he's wearing his power armor. Like you get like gut punched, and like you feel bile in the back of your throat.
I still had a good idea.
It's gonna say Q Rye.
That is a 5, I believe, on his gun. Whatever. Yes, that's a 5.
Oh, awful.
Why don't we
all
have Miller take one of those sex change serums and become somebody completely different?
I'm going to actually call the episode here with
That's a good spot to call it.
as
Yeah.
Brawl says it, fisting Ryan in the stomach.
Whoa.
Okay, you are not allowed to tell us to be careful with phrasing when you come up with it.
We're not doing phrasing anymore.
We will, yeah, phrasing. I'm done. Phrasing, whatever. Cock and balls, guys.
Family show.
Listen, now we're getting anatomy lessons. All right, moving on. For next week, we're going to pick up with the spittle still clearing Rye's mouth from the gut punch delivered from Brawl. I'll let you guys have a week to percolate on how you want to handle that. Feel free to talk to each other out of game or not, but have an idea of what your character would do regardless. And then figure out a plan. I'm going to clarify one thing with Krellis' deal. It would be 5 days basically from when you land on your next spot, basically. So if you, let's say, if you had to travel 2 Eox or 2 Verses, you'd get at least 5 days, if that makes sense. Because the travel time they were factoring in, they're not going to look at you, period, for 5 days. No, Christopher. All right, so clarity there, so that way you guys, as a group, can also think of a plan, or as individuals, think of how you want to handle this. But I think leaving on another gut punch to Rye is works for me. It makes me happy. We're going to go right into the after party briefly because we're running a little bit late tonight. And so anyone in Twitch wants to hang out and chat, please do. Feel free to talk about how awful Brawl is or how great he is. I'm happy with either. And until next week, which is, again, Tuesday, 8:30 p.m. EST, just want to remind everyone, never split the party.
Yeah, right.
Patrick. Actually, we all split the party this time.
It was, well.
I didn't split the party.
I think it was me.
Chris definitely did.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Pat.
I mean, I